Ladies, if you're looking at your potential client's body language to determine 1, whether they have interest in purchasing from you, 2, whether they're qualified buyers, and 3, whether they like you or not, you are going to get a lot of mixed messages that could cost you your deal and then cost you money. Hi, I am Aline Bender, sales mentor to women just like you. In today's video, I'm going to share with you why you want to avoid trying to read people's body language and instead follow these 3 simple steps so that you could connect faster with your PCs and enroll them to becoming your newest client. So let's go ahead and get started. Being in the sales industry, you've probably been already exposed to trainings on how to read people's body language, or you've been told that you need to read people's body language, which I think is almost impossible to do unless you have some superhuman powers where you can read people's mind. And if you do, by the way, you'll probably be in Vegas winning like crazy, or you'll probably be winning at the lottery, right? But we know that it's impossible to read people's mind. It takes more effort than to just look at someone's body posture and say, that person is not interested in my product if they're having resistance, or that person is not telling me the truth, they're hiding something from me. It's truly impossible because body languages are kind of like, how do you say, it would be like everyone has it's like a thumbprint, similar to that. We use not only our body language, but also the 5 senses and our voice and our tonality, the volume. There's so much that's going on how we communicate. And most importantly, the most tell-all. In fact, I prefer you would read this versus reading their body language and their body posture is to read their being. Right? And the way that you read their being is to connect with them from being to another human being. But that's for a different video. So what I'm saying is that it takes a lot more than just reading someone's body language, glancing at them and making a judgment. In fact, let me share with you a little story. I had a gentleman who was about probably in the mid-50s, and he was the whole time had his arms folded, but then he also had his fist closed, and he was like this the whole time, didn't smile at me, didn't really make eye contact, certainly didn't really respond to me, and didn't show any interest at all. But I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't see him as not being interested. And so I kept on with my presentation. I kept on with my process that I have in place. And guess what? At the end, when I asked him if he wanted to become my newest client, he said yes without any hesitation, no resistance, not even any question, and no objection. He just handed me his credit card and bought the biggest option that I had offered to him. So this happened over and over again, and that's why it tells me that when you're trying to read someone's body language without really going through a process, you're going to be misled and you're probably going to miss the most important thing, which is the sale. So let's avoid that by following these 3 simple steps. So let's go ahead and find out how you can understand your potential client's body language and what it means to them. Step 1 is very simple. It's ask. Ask them questions. So maybe you see them with their arms folded like this, right? Ask them, I noticed that your arms are folded. Are you cold? Would you like me to change the temperature? I might have a scarf for you to wear. And they will respond back to you. They might say, oh, no, I'm not cold. That's just the way I'm comfortable this way. And you say, okay, that's fine. Just checking in with you. And by the way, quick story. When I was selling vacation ownership for Wyndham, I had a gentleman whose arm not only was folded this way, he also had his hands closed, fists crossed this way, which, by the way, for the body language experts say, closed hands and fist hands like this means that they're really not interested in purchasing from you. In fact, they're probably angry. And then folded means that they're completely resisting to listening to you. But I didn't listen to any of that because I don't agree with that. So I went on with my sales presentation and did my thing, followed my process and my steps. And guess what? During the whole presentation, he didn't smile at me, didn't really make eye contact, didn't ask me any questions. So again, the bell would ring for those body language experts who would say, oh, Aline, they're not going to buy. He's not interested. You need to change your presentation or do something different. But I didn't. I kept going. And towards the end, when I actually asked him to become my newest client, guess what? He said yes. He said yes without any objections, without any resistance, without any questions. And in fact, he purchased one of the biggest packages that I offered him. So that happened over and over again, and that is why I feel really strongly that trying to read people's body language and judging it from just the way it looks is not the way to go. In fact, it's going to cost you your sale, and it's going to cost you a lot of lost income. So instead, do these steps. Step 1, like I said, is ask a question. And now step 2 is you want to mirror them. So for example, if their arms is crossed, if they're leaning back, you could gently do the same. And what I mean gently is don't make it so obvious that you're gonna cross your arms and you're gonna lean back too. No, you could just gently, and one at a time, just fold your arms over and then lean back. And the reason why you want to mirror them is not to irritate them, it's to actually make them feel comfortable, because that's their comfort zone. For whatever reason, whatever's going on in their mind, you are not there to try to figure out everything that's going in their mind and why they're doing it. But your point is, during the sales presentation, is to make them feel safe, to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel that they can trust you and open up to you and really tell you how you could help them. So pacing is a great way to do that, and you could connect to their body language and your body language with theirs. Kind of saying like, me too. Oh, you know what? You're kind of saying, I love to cross my arms too. I love to lean back too. But ultimately, without saying anything, you just moving your body in the same posture as them, you're making them feel like something is familiar. They feel a little bit more comfortable for some reason. And from that point on, you're going to go to step 3. And step 3 is when you start pacing. And pacing means that you're pretty much taking the lead as far as body language. So let's say that they're leaned back, and then you need them to lean forward because you're going to show them a pamphlet, or you want them to look at your iPad or your tablet or your laptop, whatever it may be. You need them to get a little bit more engaged. So what you want to do is, once after you start pacing them and you've got them to a comfortable space, you could start testing if you are pacing, meaning like instead of your arms being folded, now and open up your arms. And then you may notice that they're going to open their arms too. And once they open their arms, then you can lean forward and you can show them what you want to show them. Or you could go right ahead and open up your arms, show them the product that you want them to see, and hand it to them. And then they will open up their arm, and then they will have to hold the product in their hand. There's many different ways where you could get them to move, because the point of body language and pacing and eventually leading, you want to lead them into taking action, to take movement. And they need to have motion, because motion will equal to emotion, which is energy in motion. And that's what you need to get them involved so that they can see themselves using your product and your service. And that's what gets them to hand you their credit card and ultimately see themselves buying and becoming your newest owner. So there you have it. 3 easy steps for you to follow instead of just assuming and judging someone's body language. Let's go through them one more time. So number 1 is ask questions. Ask your PCs if they're cold, or if there's a reason why they have their sunglasses indoor. Would they like them? Is it too bright? Is the room too bright? Whatever it is that you feel that you think that they are not responding to you because of their body language, or how they're supposedly trying to close you off because they're wearing something such as sunglasses indoor, whatever that may be, just ask them and come from a place of caring, like truly genuine caring for their comfort. And step number 2 is mirror their body language. Make sure to do it in a respectful way where you're not mimicking them. You're not a mime, by the way. From what I've heard, being a mime is really hard to do anyway. But do it in a respectful way, because again, the goal is to have them feel more comfortable in your presence. And then number 3 is pace them. Pace them, lead them so that they could move their bodies around so that you can create motion, because eventually you want them to have emotion so that it can lead them to become your newest client. If you want to learn how to manifest, attract, and sell to high qualified potential clients that have the means to purchase from you, then you've got to join my Awake Woman Get Paid workshop right now. All you have to do is go to AlineBenjamin.com, scroll down, just fill out a couple pieces of information, and I'm going to give you free access. Yes, you got it, completely free access, because I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful tools I've used in my sales career to help me create $500,000 a year income and help me create a 7-figure business with my husband in our mortgage business. So I want to share that with you. I've created this just for you, so go ahead and go there right now. And if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Mahalo, many blessings, and see you next week.